my dearest darlings. Welcome back. So, you guys have asked me for a side view of a tutorial like forever. And I did this one like forever ago and then never released it, and yeah. Anyway, so this is our page that we're working with. Obviously, I drew this out different from the one that I'm giving you because I had to redo the entire page and there was a lot of stuff. Anyway, we're going to do multiple ones so that you can do side views multiple ways. So there will be multiple videos. Today is just this one, and it's going to be the most simple, the most basic, and that way we can build on that so that you can make more and better ones and more intricate, and they can just be vibrant and wonderful and awesome and all those adjectives. So, full disclosure, I'm not fully caffeinated. I've only had 1 cup of coffee, which is not enough. Usually it's like pots. Anyway, it's the only like socially acceptable drug dependence, okay, is caffeine. Anyway, this is what we're gonna do. I only have 2 colors, and that's what I'm gonna work with to make a gradient. And a gradient, for those who don't know, is when you are taking it from one color to another color. Most people will call that a blend. I do not. I call it a gradient because you're creating a grade from one color to another. And technically, yes, that is a blend as well. But I also do it from a dark to a light. And darks to lights is contrast. Contrast is huge when you are doing gems. Like, if you do not have enough contrast, your gems will not look right. They will not have depth. They will not have the, like, pop that you want gems to have. So, contrast is a big thing. So, when I'm doing gradients, when I'm doing blends and stuff like that, or, no, just gradients. When I'm doing gradients, I always choose a darker color and going almost to white. To white or to something light, like white. Which means if I was doing like a really light orange, I would go all the way down to like the darkest brown I had. Okay? So like, and that would be an orange gem. Okay? Or something along that lines with like extra colors and whatnot. But like I said, this one's going to be just our basic. I decided to do purple because I like purple this morning. Well, I think it's this morning. It could be afternoon by now. I really don't know. This is purple, violet, and white, of course, in polychromos, because what else? If you read my Supercolor review, Supercolor review last night, I'm switching to those to do some other stuff, and you're gonna see videos about those too. Anyway. Like I said, I'm not fully caffeinated, so this is going to be fun. Alright, so each little facet that you're going to look at is going to be a gradient. You're going to go from dark to a light, opposite ends. Okay, so if we're going to start with our dark, and you go as light as you can. It's getting darker down here, okay? Just like that. Now, I use white because I want to blend it out and make it very, very soft and whatnot. And also because your pigments mix together on the paper and help you to get a very, very soft look. So, I'm going to darken this area up and then again go over this, getting lighter with my pressure as I go so that I'm making a nice gradient up through here. So you're going to go from dark to light. You can also go from light to dark, whatever's more comfortable for you. That's the name of the game. And it is on every single facet. Like, don't miss one out. Now, the idea is not to do every single one from dark to light up. Okay? You almost want to run it in a circle or something like that. You can choose them at random. But now I want to do one that goes from dark here to light over here. Look at my super good coloring, guys. That's so awesome. It's not, don't worry. So, the name of the game is just to vary the points of your dark and your light so that it's not all the darks are on the bottom or all the lights are on the top or vice versa. It is just, okay, well, it's dark here, so then I want dark here, so then I want dark here, then I want dark here, then I want, it's the points of opposition, basically. You don't want them all pointing the same way. Does that make any sense whatsoever? Probably not. But if I wanted to do this exact same one and just flip it, I could do that. So, have the dark over here, and then go light out this way. Now, obviously, my coloring, I'm like not making it nearly as smooth as I could, but I think it looks alright. I will come back and do some other stuff. So, this is mostly just because I'm blending it out, basically, all the way to light. So I should do another layer over here as well. And I'm not pushing really hard or anything. I am just doing this pretty lightly. So. Okay, so we're going to do this all over here. This one, I'm going to do opposite of this. So instead of dark and dark, to light, I'm going to start the dark over here for some reason. There's no reason. And go light this way. Okay. So you're just making gradients in every single facet. Just remember, you want your gradient to be dark on one side, light on the other. Now, if you don't want to use white, you don't want to go all the way up to white, don't go all the way up to white. Do something else. Don't be afraid of your colors. Colors are not the problem. Contrast is always the issue. Darks to lights. If you don't have the right darks to lights, it won't work. No matter what colors you use. Like if you use purple and then you use a blue, and then you use a green, but they're all dark colors, it's not gonna matter. Like, it's not gonna matter. Your colors will not matter. It will not look good because you're not using any contrast. I mean, it'll look good, but it's not going to look great. It's not going to pop. It's not going to have depth. You need darks and lights. Because if you do not have, if they're all dark, it's all just going to look flat. It's all just going to look the same. Visually speaking. It's all just going to look one way. And you don't want that. When you are trying to do something that is visually stunning, that is visually exciting to look at, you need darks and lights. Because, I mean, think about it. Everything has shadows, everything has light, right? We're not going to talk about the how or the why it floats right now, because that's just, that's a whole nother can of noodles, okay? And if you eat cans of noodles, I'm so sorry. Like, that's weird. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't tell me you do that. Nobody should eat cans of noodles, ever. I'm going to do this one opposite as well. So I want, if this is light right here, I want a dark beside it. That's how I'm going to judge this right now. And obviously, I'm going to tell you again, you do not have to have polychromos to do this. You can use whatever colors and whatever crayons, whatever pencils you want. If you use crayons, that's cool, man. Crayons are cool. I've done some coloring with crayons. Crayons are very cool, actually. This one, I want to go dark up here. And light this way. And I'm going to do white over here. And then bring the purple down some more so that it's like really, really light. If you put the white down first, it will kind of keep you from going too dark, in case you're worried about that. If you're really heavy-handed or anything like that, do your white first. And obviously you can't see it if you do your white first. But if you do your white first, you can go, you know, white, like halfway down or something like that. And then doing a dark purple down here and going up using the same pressure. You can actually see, can you see that line right there where the white started? And so you're using the same pressure, but it's going to hold on and grip more down here. The paper will grip more onto it because it's not coated yet, whereas this has a white coating on it, okay? So if you're heavy-handed and you're worried about going too heavy on it, put your white down first. If you are light-handed, do it however you want. If you're medium-handed, do it medium. I don't know. Like, I told you guys, I'm not caffeinated, so you're getting the unfiltered version of me. I'm like partially caffeinated. And I don't know where my favorite coloring, like, my favorite coffee mug is. I think my husband took it. Stole it. Mofo. My favorite one says, don't touch me, peasant. And my best friend got it for me for my birthday last year. And he likes to steal it if he can. He also likes to steal my other one, which my other friend got me, which is a Wonder Woman mug. And that's one of his favorites, and I almost never see it. Because it's always with him, somewhere. But it has one of those, like, really cool, like, stripes on the side that, like, shows you how much coffee is in it because of the heat. Like a mood stripe or something. He loves that thing. It's great. Although, I would totally love to actually use my coffee mug once in a while. Anyway. See, that one didn't go as I wanted it to, really. So, let's see if I lighten that up a little bit. I can keep this one nice and light. So, had a couple requests, by the way, since we're talking and doing this, about teaching about different colors, and about color in general, like color families and analogous colors and all that kind of stuff. If you guys want to do a video series on that, please let me know. Drop it in the comments or whatnot. And because, I mean, yes, that will have gems in it, obviously, but it would not be gem centered. It would be color centered, basically. So if that's something you would enjoy or want to see, let me know. Please. That would be super helpful for me. Because obviously, probably won't do it if you guys don't care. So. This one and this one will go down. This one will go like sideways and down. This one's gonna go like this part and go light over here. And this one's gonna go, I don't really know. Go dark up here, like in this corner. Yeah. I'm just trying to sort of fill this in to feel, like, show you how it ought to sort of almost kind of look, you know? Because that's clear as mud. And then, so I mean, technically you really could do this with just one pencil if you wanted to. But I think it's much smoother if you do it with two. But that's it. I mean, it's super simple. You're just doing filled in gradient. One color to another. Make sure one of them is very light, the other one very dark. Okay? It's not difficult at all. And I never want any of my tutorials to be difficult for you. I want them to be useful, you know? Not difficult. I want them to be useful. If you want more advanced advanced tutorials, let me know. Like, I will work on them. I've got a big series in the works, and by in the works, I mean it's still in my head, but I do want to do it. And I'm working on sheets for it. Let's go with that. Working on sheets for it, because the video part is, talking is not always my strong suit. And neither is writing. I do better at talking than I do at writing, but we'll get there. We'll get there, guys. So this one I'm gonna go right along the top of this facet and then bring it down this way. So this top I want to be dark. So you don't have to pick a point. You can pick point. You can pick a side. I told you I can't talk. And just do it from side to side if you want. You don't have to pick a point or anything else like that. Excuse me. Make sure you have enough light in the facet. Don't overdo it with your actual color. If you're going from one color to another, use a little bit more of the lighter color because your eye will balance it out, okay? So, like, even though you're only using purple and you're maybe using, coloring maybe 50% of every single facet, your eye will interpret it as that entire thing is a purple gem. Like, it's not going to be like, that's a purple and white gem, or that's a purple and aqua gem. Like, it's going to say, that's a purple gem, or whatever, because it is mostly purple. Okay? So, don't overdo it. If you're doing, like, like I said, like an aqua. I love putting aqua and purple together. It's one of my favorite color combinations. But if you did, like, an aqua, and you started in a corner and went up from there, I would do 60 to 70% of the facet in aqua and then have a purple corner that blended into it or whatnot, that gradiated into it, so that the dark was a lot less than the light, because that's again going to give you more pop. You want your darks to be dark, lights to be light. Don't overwhelm light colors with dark. And pick a corner, any corner. Pick a flat side going into a corner. So I want this to be a dark side, and then I want it to go lay it out that way, and this one I want to go down. So I'm going to pick this side and go lay it that way. On these side gems, I am not going to do the lines in white. You can if you really, 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 really want to. I'm just not, because I like the way this looks. So if you want to, because you like the way that looks, do it. If you want to do it a different way, do it. But just, this is just the way I do it. You never have to do it the same way I do it. If you feel like something would look better like that, do it that way. Don't ever tell yourself no. Don't ever tell yourself no. There's no bad things to do. And this is just art, guys. It's just art. Okay? So, don't tell yourself no when it comes to art. Do it the way you want. The only thing I would say as far as like actual rules, it's like if you were doing like a bubble or something that is in real life perfectly round, use a compass or something that you can trace to make a perfectly round circle, because nobody draws perfectly round circles. Like, let's just face that fact. Like, if you're going to use something that's round, just trace something so it's round, because your free-handed circles won't work. Mine don't work, so I know yours don't work. They actually have tournaments to see who can draw the closest to a perfect circle. Tournaments, people. So, if you're drawing a bubble or something like that that's round, make a circle with a compass or something, because you can't. The more realistic you want it to be, just make a round circle. Trace a round circle, I should say, because it won't work any other way. Like, I mean, it'll work, but it'll be like, well, that's a wonky bubble. So here we have this last little oh, it's not the last little facet. I just saw one. It's almost our last little facet. How about that? And then I forgot this little one sitting down here all sad and quiet by himself. And like, he's kind of surrounded by dark facets, so I'm just gonna make like that one little corner like really dark, and then leave the majority of it light. Like I said, I've only done some of these with white. I would do all of them with white if I wanted to make this video like a whole lot longer. But I do not. Like I said, this is just your simple, basic, make a gradient in each one. That's all. Okay? And look, it looks good. Like, if I would smooth it out and and blend each one, it would look a lot better. But yeah. Anyway, so this is just your basics on how to do side view of a diamond. Make a gradient. Dark, dark, dark to lighter colors. Okay? And then just vary the gradients. Okay? So that dark doesn't always go one way and light doesn't always go the other. Yeah, I mean, you can do it that way. If that's the way you want it to do. Like, go for it. Go for it. Don't, again, no rules. I'm just saying that this way, I think, looks a little bit better than doing them all in the same way, so that it doesn't all look the same, if you know what I mean. Like, this is going to look a little bit more visually surprising than it will if you do all the darks on the bottom and do a gradient up to a light on top. Like, for every single facet. Like, it's just not going to look as good as if you vary them like this. So, that's it for today's video. We'll do another one next time. See you then.